Hey, what's up, Alpha Gang? So today we are doing the install on the Genesis Coupe GT spoiler that I purchased from UniqPerformance. I'll try to do it more of as a do-it-yourself to show you kind of how we're putting it together and whatnot, and how to install it if you decide to get the same one. But awesome, we'll take you along for the ride. I didn't realize that my car is a little bit dirty, so I'll probably end up first just wiping down the back of it. It's just got a light layer of dust, so I'll probably just use some glass cleaner and a microfiber towel to clean it up. And some of the stuff that I'm using for this install, just to give you an idea, here, I'll just turn the camera here. I ended up just, of course, having my drill. I got some tape here as well too, just to tape the areas that we're going to mask off. And of course, mark for where we're going to drill, so we'll do that on the trunk or where the brackets are going to be. I also got some silicone as well too that we're going to use around the brackets just to prevent any of the leaks. And then I also got some touch-up paint as well too, so for where we're drilling in, we'll end up touching that up as well too and letting that set and dry, just to help prevent any of the rust. And then of course I just got a couple pens and pencils just to mark the areas that we'll be drilling. But I think it should be a pretty straightforward install. I don't think there's too much, it shouldn't really give us any problems. The only thing I think is when we pop the trunk open to put the nuts probably, or put the bolts through. I'm just wondering if some of the bracing might get in the way, but I'm gonna get started on that. And I still gotta unbox it and take everything out of this box and put it all together. So I'll probably start taking care of all the brackets and stuff and just building it actually right now. Dustin's going to be swinging by and he'll be giving me a hand with the install as well too, kind of like usual, I guess. But yeah, we'll get started and go from there. So the thing I noticed when we start pulling these out, that some of the holes are drilled and then some are not, but they're marked on these pieces as well. So we'll get drilling those and then we'll start piecing it together, and then I'll show you what it looks like after it's all together, and then we'll start the install process. Okay, so on the trunk, for those that are going to be doing this as well too, you'll have to, if you don't have a paddle pull, you have to probably just use a flathead just to take these off of your trunk deck just from underneath. And then this pull handle, if you look close right here, you can get a flathead in here and pop that off. There should be a couple screws down there as well too. And then this will have to come out, and then we can also look at what we have to deal with there as well. Okay, so we got it mounted. Well, not mounted, but we're just prepping it right now. So here's the spoiler. We just put some tape. Yeah, it should be good. You're probably lifted off now. We just lined up some tape for drilling the holes on the back. Pretty much ready to do. I just gotta add a little bit more here. And then this piece, as I mentioned before, we already took off. It should be pretty straightforward. There's some openings in here that I should be able to reach, I think, to get the nuts all tightened up. Another thing as well, when you're putting these on, these parts right here, you just got to be really careful and not torque them too much. I made a mistake. Well, I didn't crack anything or damage anything, but when I tightened it, of course I heard a little bit of a crack. They don't need a lot of torque to get these on, but so far, yeah, it's coming along pretty good. So we'll keep going. I had to move the car inside because we found out that it started to rain, even though the forecast, of course, said it wasn't going to. So we got the car inside. Right now we do have it marked off for where we're going to drill it. So of course we had to dry off some of the rain. And then, yeah, we're just going to mount it up with everything installed how it currently is right now. And then we're just going to trace around pretty much where the brackets actually are, and then when we place it up, then we'll actually mark all of our holes as well too, where they need to be, and then yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, so we've marked it. I don't know if you can really see, we kind of put where the brackets are, and then roughly where the drill hole, this one was actually really close to the bottom of the tape, and this one, and then there's just 2 more up top, and then we just kind of put where the bracket is. But when we open underneath, I know another gen owner mentioned this as well, so the part that's going to make it tough is further in here behind, if I can get it to focus here, I have to get a nut base. Well, it's a good thing that my wrists are a bit smaller, because I'm gonna have to reach all the way deep down in there in order to get it tightened. So I'll have to put in a nut there, and then maybe use a bit of tape as well just to hold it on there and get that tightened that way. So it's the same on this side. If you can kind of see on the bottom of the trunk, this is all the way open, and it's just right in there. So it'll be a bit of a challenge. We'll see when we get there and let you know how it all goes. So.
Another tip when you're drilling your holes through for the trunk for the spoiler, you want to make sure that anything's not in the way on the other side, like any of these wires or any of that stuff, just to make sure, and also the inner skin.
But we could get in through this opening right here to get a lot of the bolts, and because my hand reached in there, but when you actually try to get the washer and nut on, it didn't work very well. So just to give you perspective of where it is on the hood, there's your latch, and the same opening, this large opening, is also on this side. But unfortunately we actually had to cut a couple holes further down just to be able to actually reach the bolts. Same with on this side as well. I don't know if you can kind of see it just on the edge, but that's pretty much the only way you can get most of these underneath without it not being a pain in the butt. So we figured it was going to take only, I don't know, maybe a couple hours, but so far it's been closer to 5. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at, but we're on the last little bit here. But yeah, drilling holes definitely makes it a lot easier. Let's finish the install. It took a lot longer than expected, just because we actually had to drill into the trunk a bit from the underside, just to reach some of the bolts and get the nuts in there. But so far, this is what it looks like. I'll get more video, of course, in the daylight, so you can kind of get a better idea what it looked like. But this is, here she is. Pretty good. Makes it look super aggressive. Loving it with that diffuser. And just from the back. Yeah, it's perfect. I'll get more shots in the daytime tomorrow. But yeah, went pretty well, I'd say. Okay, so it's a little bit windy out here, but I mentioned I would get video of my car after the install. So I will show you what the wing looks like, and yeah, I'll end the video on this note. Alright, thanks guys for watching.